Welcome to the Monkees podcast, PAWD. This is Takura McCullough, and I am here with our guest co-host, Alisa Gonzalez.
Hey, nice
Welcome.
to be here.
It is good
Thank
to
you.
hear you. I can't see you.
I know, right? It's probably good. I'm a mess.
Oh,
It's a COVID mess.
we're all a COVID mess. We're all a mess.
It's been a while since we've had a chance to talk.
Yeah.
Hang out, of course, but
I feel like the last time I saw you was at the that museum, that weird Jurassic technology. Was
that's
that
right. That's one of my last outings that we
Yeah.
did. That's right. Right before lockdown.
Ah, that was a good time.
I need to go back there. I can't wait to go back there.
Yes, that was super fun. So how you been?
About the same. How about you?
Pretty
Nothing
good.
new.
Pretty good. Oh boy. So as you know, I adore the Monkees and have been watching them since I was a wee child. How about you?
Oh yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. As a child of the 70s and 80s, that this was on the TV on the regular.
Right.
I mean, and it was one of those things where, if you're flipping through channels, even as a little kid, I didn't know when it came on, but when it was on, it was instant sit down and you're just going to watch it until it's not on the television screen anymore.
Nice.
I think I've seen every episode.
Oh yeah.
Surprisingly though, I don't know that I don't remember this one.
Really?
No, I don't remember it. So I think there were some that were in a higher rotation.
Yes, I believe you're right, because there were some, that I have no memory of seeing until I was an adult too.
Yeah. I don't really remember this. I do remember, and when we get to it, I remember there's a prop that they use that I remember from another episode.
Yes, there's a lot of recycling going on in this
Yes.
episode. It's like, wow, did they just go through everything they've ever? Okay, yeah, there's a lot of recycling in this episode. Yeah, I think I remember this episode. This is one of my favorites. So I feel like I've invented a memory of this episode or I've just watched it so many times that.
Well, yeah, and I loved it. I really love this episode so much. It's a fun one.
This is a good one. So do you have any brothers or sisters? I don't think I ever asked.
I do. I'm the youngest of four. And part of the reason why this and music from the 60s and the 70s are so ingrained in me, I was like the mistake kid. So my brother's 6 years older than me. My the middle sister, she's 10 years older, and my eldest sister is 12. So Beatles, Monkees, all of this was just
Okay, so nobody was annoyed by you watching the Monkees.
No, they probably were the ones that introduced me to it, I'm sure.
Awesome. Okay, because I have an older sister too. She's 8 years older than me, 7, 8.
Okay, so kind of the same thing.
Yeah, I remember like the banana splits would come on, and
yes.
she'd be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that," and I'm like, "This is ugly. I don't care for this."
I loved that too, though.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
I could not get into the banana splits. They just freaked me out so much.
Everything from that era is so weird.
Yeah,
Sharp like and stuff, all of that.
Stuffed animals from that era. I'm like, that's not cute. Why is that cute? That's not adorable.
I don't even know what that is.
I want a Gund. Give me a Gund bear. Not that styrofoam. They were like styrofoamy. You ever pick up a stuffed animal from like the 70s and 60s? They're like crunchy.
They had that weird styro. Yeah, it was a real, they squeaked. They were cuddly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible. Poor kids.
Cheaply made. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. So I'm going to read this description here. So we are we already watched it, but we're going to be talking about episode 23, Captain Crocodile, February 20th, 1967.
Wow.
Directed by James Frawley, written by Gerald Gardner, Dee Caruso, Peter Meyerson, and Robert Schlitt.
Ooh.
Produced by Robert Rafelson and Bert Schneider. Associate producer Ward Sylvester, a Raybert production. The Monkees find themselves at odds with the insecure host, Joey Forman, of a children's show, Captain Crocodile. Songs include an early version of Valerie. Yeah, an early version. Okay, that
Yes.
stuck out to me. Production notes. Captain Crocodile was filmed in October 1966. Trivia note. Joey Baio, cousin of Happy Days Scott Baio, who plays the precocious executive Junior Pinter, first acted alongside Davy Jones oh boy, that's a terrible sentence. First acted alongside Davy Jones during 1964 in a Tony Award-nominated Broadway production of Oliver. That sentence is terrible, and I can't believe it made it past.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's okay, because that kid's accent was really standing out to me. I was like, why does this kid's accent? He has Scott Baio's accent.
He sounded familiar. He did. Yeah.
And in
something about the way he says panda bear.
Panda bear. It's like the accent's wrong. You put in the emphasis on the wrong syllable. Panda bear. It's a panda bear.
Right.
Not a panda bear. It's like Pan,
right?
The bear. Yo, what's up? I'm Panda Bear.
Panda bear.
My gosh. That's a new rap idea.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Panda Bear. All right.
Write it down.
Oh, songs. Valerie, Tommy Boyce, and Bobby Hart, and Your Auntie Griselda, Diane Hildebrand, and Jack Keller. Oh, I didn't know a woman wrote Auntie Griselda.
No.
That makes sense. All right. So I don't think the Monkees is on MeTV anymore. I used to say you could catch it on MeTV.
I don't think so. And I've looked.
I don't think it's on anymore. In fact, I don't think it's on Sling anymore because now I have that. Is it on DirecTV? Who knows? But I know you can find it on a tube, folks. All right. So we'll take a look at Captain Crocodile. You all can pause. Go watch it. It's fun. I like it.
Definitely go watch it.
And then we'll come back and talk about it after this.
Yes.
Woo! So cute. I really like this episode. I remember as a kid, I was jealous of all those kids. I was like, oh, those kids. They got to run around with the Monkees.
Chase them everywhere. And I was trying to figure out where they filmed it.
Oh.
It was a backlot, definitely, for sure.
Definitely, yeah. Oh, yeah. All over. Where did they used to? I used to know this stuff.
It looked like Universal.
I think it was Warner.
Was it?
What was the one that got taken down last year or something? They destroyed a bunch of stuff.
Oh, I don't know.
I think they took down a lot of stuff where the Monkees was filmed too, but try not to think about it. Oh. All right, so we start. Oh, by the way, everybody, I took terrible notes during this because my pen was not working and I was trying to eat my lunch really fast. And boy.
You've seen it enough. You got this.
I hope so, but boy, oh boy, I was having a time, people. I had 4 meetings today. It was rough. All right, so we come in right in the middle of a TV studio, and I think what's his name? Harold. Howie. Is it Howie? I thought it was Howard. He's running around. This dude is running around saying 1 minute to air, 1 minute to air. And the Monkees have just shown up, so they're already late. So boo. Right off the bat, boo. You're late. You show up 1 minute to air? Terrible.
Drum in hand, yes.
Yeah, they're not even set guitars in cases.
Drum. Right.
So bad. So,
but it's the Monkees.
Yeah, of course. And so the kids are running around, and Mickey says something clever like "Welcome to TV," and then Peter says it doesn't look like a vast wasteland. Totally over my head as a kid. Still kind of over my head. Wasn't that somebody's famous quote saying that television?
I read that. Yeah, I don't know who it was, but it was something in relation to the when that was something big. It just happened. Let me try and remember it.
But yeah, I kind of remember hearing about that much later.
It sounds just like a throwaway line.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh no, that was a serious reference to current events or something. All right. So, my notes are terrible. I don't know. Does Captain Crocodile show up? Oh, by the way, a play on Captain Kangaroo.
Yes.
Everybody. I don't know.
I also love
Captain Kangaroo. Captain Kangaroo. I don't have a very strong memory of Captain Kangaroo. I feel like I have a very vague memory of Captain Kangaroo.
He was much kinder than this man.
Oh, yeah. This man is a nightmare.
He really is.
Well, kangaroos are probably nicer than crocodiles. So,
yeah, crocodiles are pretty scary.
Yeah. So I think he's running around. I don't know. I think he's wearing his his clown suit, or is he getting into his clown
suit?
He's
got his little clown suit hat on,
his
little white hat, and when they arrive, they're just kind of like, well, where do we set up? And he's like, he sets them up in this little circle, very close. And I forget what he says, but he's oh God, I forget what he said, but of course there's pies involved.
Wait, oh yeah, they start putting tarps on them, or they're like trash bags or something.
They put trash bags, and this is the prop that I distinctly remember. They put green bathing caps on them from the Jolly Green Giant.
Yes.
I'm like, yes, that Jolly Green is triggering a memory.
That's 2 in a row. Last episode, they recycled the 4 Martians or whatever they were called.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what are those? Why does they look like lettuce heads? I'm like, oh, they're swim caps.
Yes. And I wrote down they're going to have to wash these off before they recycle them for the next episode. They get smacked in the face.
Pied, yeah. And so, the kids are all rowdy. And then, is this where they have the shut those kids up gag? We're like, and then the camera's on, and then Captain Crocodile's all nice. I think that's where this gag happens.
Yes.
And he's got this hat. This is that like a bowler hat?
It's what like kind of white bowler hat?
Is it a derby hat? I don't know.
Yeah, one of those.
It's so funny to have that with the clown suit. It's bizarre.
And then they hold up that sign every time they smack him in the face with a pie. All the kids shout, "Fun!
Fun! Yeah, it's time for fun, fun!" And they each get a pie in the face in a row. Like, so 4 pies in the face. Davy ducks and then pops back up triumphant and gets a pie in the face. It's very cute.
That's right.
Mickey is looking the wrong way
and gets a pie. They don't get to do their song. It's so sad. No. That was their starring moment on their big break on TV.
Exactly. They were going to be on TV on the obviously very popular Captain Crocodile show. So then we're in our opening credits, and I actually watched them this time because I was like, whoa, let me have a bite of my lunch here. Okay.
Just enjoy the credits.
I usually totally fast forward.
So Davy on a horse.
Yep. Close-ups of the boys. Peter shakes his head weirdly when he says "to your town." Wait, no, get ready. That's what he says. Gonna get ready, and he puts his head to the side. I do that with the video every time. All right, and then we're back, and we're in an office, and we have some of my favorite. It's not interstitial. What is it called? That music when you come back from a commercial.
Oh, gosh.
I can't remember what it's called, but anyway.
I don't know terms.
It's one of my favorite ones. You don't hear it very often, and I still don't know. I don't know what it's trying to communicate, but it just seemed weird. It didn't quite match the scene. I was like, why this music here? But okay. And so we're in an office, and they're in their cute little double-breasted suits, and there's a very proper.
There's that joke. Yes, the secretary. She's gorgeous, by the way.
Yeah, she has a beautiful blue suit on and a lovely blonde beehive piled curls on top of her head.
Yes. Judy Howard. I don't know.
Oh.
But that's the actress.
Judy Howard.
Gorgeous.
Good. And they say that they got a telegram from Mr. Pinter.
They got a wire.
She asks for the wire.
Yeah. Peter. He pulls out a wire cable out of his jacket.
Coil. Because he had some. It's like, here.
Of course.
And then they're like, no, Peter. And I think Davy swipes it out of his jacket. And then Peter goes to look for it. It's gone. Panics. Like, no, we've got it, Peter. It's okay.
He's so adorable.
It's so good. And then she gets up to go. I don't know. Wait, why does she get up to go? She should have like a little intercom-y thing.
Right. I don't know why.
That just struck me as weird. All right. So she gets up. And we get the sexy music, which is weird because they don't like linger on her in any way, but they still play the wah, 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 wah as she gets up.
I wonder if that's just put you in the mindset of this guy's baller. He's got a hot secretary. So you're expecting, some like huge exec or something.
Okay.
I'm wondering. I don't know.
Before we go in there, we have one of my favorite jokes of the episode where the boys are all excited. And they're like, oh, we're on our way to the top. And it's the top of the heap, and they each get a line, and then Peter says, "It's all downhill from here," and they're like, "Oh, damn it, Peter." But he's so excited when he says it. I love it so much. All right.
We know what he means.
That honestly makes me laugh every time. So they go into the office. Mr. Pinter will see you now. I don't know. Does she say that? She says it in my head.
Yeah, it seems like, she would definitely.
And they go in, and it's a little kid. What? It's little Junior Pinter. He's got short pants on, which is adorable. Yeah. He has a suit, but short pants.
In case you didn't know, he was a child. He's got short pants on.
He's very tiny. Very, very tiny. And asks them to take a seat. Yeah, excellent. Have a seat. Wait, what is it? Oh, but there's so many jokes, everybody. I can't write down all the jokes.
It's all the furniture is like children's toy furniture.
Yeah.
There's a miniature armchair.
And I think Mike picks up one, says take two. They're small.
Yes.
And then he offers them milk. Oh, wait. No, they say that he's short first. And he's like, well, I think, is it that when he says his dad?
I said, who says? Yeah.
Somebody says he's short. And then, of course,
Davey. Who says that?
I don't know. Somebody says he's short, and Davey's like, oh, he looks perfectly tall to me. And so
right.
Cute. And then Davey's like really comfortable in all the furniture. It's like, oh, I think this is a nice office. And he's very sincere. And I really like it. It's cute. Everybody, I think I just rubbed hot veggie straw dust into my eye.
Oh, no.
So.
Oh, boy.
My eye's a little burny right now, but that's okay. We'll keep going.
That's why you have to.
Okay. Yes, exactly. All right.
Oh, no. Are you okay?
I'm good. It's just burny, a little burny. So yeah, he serves them milk.
It's adorable.
Like, I think Mickey says he's on the milk wagon, so he refuses the milk. And Mike says, I needed that or something.
Yes.
And it's all so stupid. I think Peter complains that there's no cookies, which is kind of rude, actually.
Right.
And let's see. Oh yeah, he takes out basically a fidget toy. Everybody, he takes out some Tinker toys.
Yes, that's right.
And I'm like, oh, he has a fidget toy. This is like
helps him think or something.
Yeah, he says it helps him think. Did you have Tinker toys? Did you?
I had, because I had older brothers, and I had the leftovers, the scraps of whatever was left behind. But I had a few. They didn't really interest me.
Oh,
I'm like, well, you can make a wheel, I guess. You make a wheel with an axis, and that's about it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I don't remember making anything. I remember having them. I loved Lincoln Logs, though. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was all about the Lincoln Logs.
Lincoln Logs were fire. That was like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
They had a smell
to lay out that
to them.
Green roof.
Yes. So pleasing to get that green roof on there.
It was satisfying.
Oh, I made it. All right. Toy talk. Okay. So Junior Pinter.
Well, he's asking them to be on the show, and they're like, oh no, we're not going to. We can't, because they remember the last time.
Pies in the face, that jerk. Yeah, why would they want to do that? That's terrible. And he's like, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call the president, and we're going to arrange that there's no more pies and stuff. And it's
calls good old dad.
And it's daddy. He calls daddy, everybody.
It's adorable. And that's where we get the panda bear.
Yeah, I'll handle it like a real executive. And daddy, don't forget my panda bear.
I really thought that was such a cute line.
It is very cute.
The way the delivery was really sweet.
It is.
Like, he's just a kid.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Yeah, he's not annoying. He's not.
No.
Yeah, he's a really good character. Yeah, he's just a kid that's an executive. That's all there is to it. Like, what if a kid was an executive?
Right.
Not what if a brat was an executive.
Right.
What if a kid? And he's just kid-executive.
Executive. That's a great term. I love it.
So he's really sweet. And he's like, no more pies, and you will get to sing. And then we cut to paranoid Captain Crocodile.
Oh my God.
He's in a state this whole episode. He is just wound up.
And the kids are chasing him into the room.
Oh,
and
that's right.
Like, you gotta shove him back out the door and lock the door.
I was wondering why, like,
why are those kids always there?
Yeah, first of all, why are they always there? Second, do little kids chase like TV hosts like that? Like
maybe I don't know.
Like if kids saw, I don't know, who's a TV, like, I don't know, that one guy is not on Blue's Clues anymore. It's a new kid. I don't know new kid, but if they saw the new kid from Blues, would they like run?
I want to say this is probably carryover from the Beatles Help, where they were, that was the whole thing.
Right. Teenage girls will chase. Yes.
Right. But kids, no. I
don't think kids chase.
This is the fan base, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. And like, what do they want from him, I wonder? Like, what is his persona on the TV that the kids adore him so much?
It's a big jerk.
It's terrible.
The worst.
He's just awful. All right. So he's paranoid that they're easing him out because he gets the memo that the Monkees are going to be on his show.
So I really couldn't figure out why he hated them so much. Did he just want the show all to himself, or did he figure Crocodile, Monkey, so now they're going to give a Monkees a show?
I think he's just a caricature of like the worst of Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, yeah.
Oh, somebody else is going to be on my show. That means they're easing me out. I hate them. I must destroy them.
Yeah. I
think it's, just Hollywood story B or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's your, I was going to reference a classic film and now I don't remember. It's not Baby Jane. It's not that one.
Oh, yeah.
It's not What Happened One Night. Or is it? No, it's not that one. Lord Almighty. All right. Never mind, everybody.
We'll insert it later, maybe.
All About Eve. All About Eve.
There
That's
you go.
What I was trying to say.
Got to talk it through.
Okay, yeah. This is your basic, young starlet thing. I think that's all that's happening.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
For about 5 minutes, I thought Howard, his assistant, or I don't know what he was, I thought it was Norman Fell. I thought it was a young Norman Fell from Three's Company, because it prompted me and Joe actually to go look it up, because it's not him, but some of the faces he was making, the expressions,
yes,
the way
I can
he would
see
talk,
it.
I thought
I can see it.
I thought, man, what an awesome discovery, but no.
Oh, he was acting real hard though. He was doing not in a bad way. That's not negative. I'm like,
no.
He was making the most of being a weird flunky,
Yeah.
So, my favorite Captain Crocodile moment was when he's panicking. He looks at his cardboard standout of himself and says, "I look tired."
I think it was a mirror. I don't know.
I don't know.
He's not even wearing the same clothes.
Oh, but he knows. Oh no, I look tired. So he's like, all right, I know what I'll do. So now he's gonna like sabotage the Monkees. Of course, everybody saw this coming. He basically did it already when they showed up to do their one bit, and he just threw pies at them. So he's like, oh, so now we're back on the set, and let me know if I skip something, because again, honestly, you should see these notes. They're
the first thing that comes up is where he's directing Mickey, telling Mickey he's got to practice because you got to know where the cameras are.
Right.
So he's like giving him some chaotic direction on where to talk into the camera, and Mickey Dolenz just handles it so well. I mean, it's.
Yeah, he's trying to like tell the story about like his childhood, like, oh, I grew up here and I went to Grant High School. Yeah. And he's like, no, over here. Nope, look over there. Wait, the red light's over here. And he's just
pause and back up and come forward and no, you're too far. And it's just like,
it's so stupid, but it's very funny. And Mickey does it really well. Drops his sticks.
Yes.
It's very funny. So that was like, I numbered these, by the way, because I'm like, oh, there's a list here. I think there's 5 things in a row here. So then number 2, second episode. I assume these are different episodes. I don't know. Of the Captain Crocodile show, I mean.
Okay. I was thinking, wow, they really have them go on. This must be a long show. I kept thinking they were cutting back to them in the same episode.
Maybe. I don't
know.
But
I think you're right. That makes more sense.
And so he like introduces them and it's like, and the Monkees. And it cuts over to them and then cuts right back to Captain Crocodile.
And he's like grinning mischievously, like, yeah. I think he loved that more.
Got him.
Yeah. Oh God, he's just delighted.
And then the next one he introduces the super fun group or whatever, the Monkees, and then the camera cuts over to them, but then just starts moving around like crazy.
Yes.
And the boys are all chasing the camera, trying to get their faces in the camera,
right,
instead of playing their song, which they should have done. Fourth time, he introduces the Monkees. Camera is still, but then a net falls on them.
Right. They're all tied up. They can't.
Really dumb. And then, the fifth one. Wait, this is where I can't read my writing, but this is where there's an explosion.
Yes, and right as Mickey hits the kick drum, boom.
It's an explosion.
He's rigged it with dynamite or something. I don't know.
Something. It's fascinating. So, and you hear the drum go boom. And I'm like, that's not a bass drum sound. I don't know what that was.
And then there's a big old hole blown out of the...
Then Mickey is crying, as a drummer would.
Yes.
Just crying about his bass drum. Yeah. So those are the 5 sabotage attempts in a row. And then
successful.
And then there's like, what is it? What is that dancing thing? I wrote chipmunk.
This terrified me. This is the cheap toys that we grew up with. Is it a bear?
I thought it was a chipmunk. I don't know what it is.
It's terrifying.
Do you have it queued up? Can you go look?
I do. It kind of looks like a pug. Maybe it's a dog. Now that
you know what?
It,
I think it is a dog.
It's got like jowly cheeks, and I think it's a dog.
It's a dog. Okay, we weren't sure. So there's this little stuffed dog that's like doing a little dance with some music.
Yeah, it's a furry in the back.
And then Mike shows up and like says, "You listen, you got to let us play. This is ridiculous. We're not going to do this anymore."
Mike's the
like,
voice of reason.
Go ahead and play. Nobody's stopping you. Go play.
Right.
And so we don't get a
romp.
We don't get a romp. We just get a song, which is interesting. We just get a straight music video.
Right.
Of Valerie. And again, like they said, an early take, because I was like, why is the audio weird? This isn't right. It's an early version of Valerie where the audio is strange. The backing vocals aren't quite right. It's a little too raw sounding. I feel like they sweetened them up for the radio. I mean, for the album.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I dug it. I really love this song.
I know. I was like, oh, it's been so long since I've heard the song.
Yeah.
This song is like rock for them. Like it's really heavy, like that fuzz guitar sound.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Davey breaks out a wow in there. I'm like, whoa.
And they use that shot on they put him up on a camera dolly or something. They kind of slowly, he's in tight, and then they just kind of lift him down. It's like early music videos.
It is a good effect.
Yeah.
Mystified people for years, I'm sure. Like,
how did they do that?
How did they make Davey fly?
He's not that tall.
Yeah. There's just somebody carrying him. Somebody just picked him up and walked away.
He's on an escalator. I don't know.
And they put him back down. One of the really stage hands just picked him up.
And some very serious flamenco guitar stylings by Mike.
Now, I wrote in my notes, Mike can't be playing that. He's just faking it, right? I'm pretty sure Mike didn't play that because not that I'm a guitar expert. I don't speak guitar. I've been saying that all my life. I don't understand guitar. But I feel like his fingers should have been higher up on the neck if he was playing that. Solo?
Perhaps. I don't know, but my 5-year-old brain, that was Mike.
Of course.
The Monkees.
I mean, here's the thing. Mike was committed to making it look like it.
Yeah,
because
he had
his fingers were moving.
He looked like he was concentrating.
Yeah. I mean, he put the vibrato. You could see the vibrato in there on one of the notes.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was playing that. But it's an awesome guitar solo. No matter who's playing it, it's a kick-ass guitar solo, but I'm pretty sure it ain't Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a badass song, everybody. Really Valerie. Is. If you've not heard Valerie, check it out. Because it's a good one. It has I love the harmonies. It's so good. And so then all the guys run back up to I guess there's another stagehand who's like sweeping or something.
Yeah.
And they're all excited. Mike's like, how'd it go? How'd it go? How'd it go? How'd it go? And he's like, we've been off the air for 5 minutes.
Oh, and then Peter cries.
Oh, I hate when they make Peter cry.
Can't make Peter cry.
No. They're just trying to make him feel better. Like, no, Pete, there's other shows we can be on. We don't have to be on this stupid show. And then And then fantasy 60s references that children of the 80s do not understand. That's what we cut to now. So it's like a montage.
Oh, that's right.
Of TV shows from the 60s. So we start with
quite a few.
I remember my mom explaining this joke to me. Because when they're going through and they're saying like Chunk Binkley and Mark Hinkley and Vic Vinkley, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's right. The newscasters.
My mom explained, the newscasters used to be called, I can't remember what it really is, Chet Hinkley? I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah.
And I was like, still not funny to me as a 10-year-old, but So like the four of them
threw that in for the adults, I guess.
Yeah. So they're all going through having 15,000 variations on name. I think there's a play on Walter Cronkite at some point. Mm-hmm. And then they cut to the weather with Tex Nesmith.
Tex Nesmith.
And he's in front of a weird map of like, what is that map? It looks like a topographical map.
It does.
But anyway. Yeah. And he's doing his weird little voice where he's talking about the weather and all the things. And he's just saying nonsense, which Mike does really well.
Yes, he does.
Like, I'm fairly sure it wasn't like, here's your script, Mike.
He's faked it well. And then the wind, then does it cut away?
I think so. I think it cuts away to somebody watching him, like Mickey or Peter or somebody. And then it cuts back and, he's promised sunny weather. Oh, it's just going to be beautiful out there, just sunny. And then just like rain.
Good accent, by the way.
Thank you.
That's a good mic.
I tell you, I've been watching the show way too much. So the rain is coming at them. They've got like the wind coming at them. They're throwing.
He's got the yellow slicker on.
Yes, the yellow slicker's on. There's newspapers, and he's still promising that it's going to be a beautiful day. Take your family. So that's real dumb. And then how do they change scenes? I don't remember. Does it just whoop?
Yeah, it does. It just goes right over to them into they're doing like a late night introduction show. No, it wasn't a late night show. It was a like a What's My Line?
Yes, it's play on What's My Line.
What's My Scene?
What's My Scene?
That's what it was.
A hep version of it. And they do a cute little my name is Michael Nesmith, and to my left is the wonderful and talented Davy Jones, and so on until Peter says, I'm Peter Tork. And to my wonderful and talented is the left, Mickey Dolenz. And his face as he says it, as he realizes, I just messed that up, but my mouth can't stop me from still saying it. So good. And then they're going to play What's My Scene? And
that's right.
And so this obvious surgeon walks up to the chalkboard with his hands out in surgeon pose. What do you call that? Right. Surgeon pose?
Yeah, like they just out. Wash their hands. So
yeah, you just wash your hands. And then he writes on the chalkboard in like all scribbly and squeaky, brain shaky.
because brain surgeons' hands are so shaky.
I will tell you, I was probably 15 before I got that joke. I must have seen this one as a kid because so many of these, I just accepted it as, yes, this is on my television. You know, right. You don't even think about it. And then finally I was 15. I was like, brain surgeon.
Well, as a kid, you're probably thinking, well, that's how I write anyway. You know?
But it's
try.
So squeaky.
Yes.
And so unpleasant. And then Mickey is bored by this.
Yes.
He wants to play a different game.
Yes.
And so then they do to tell a fib. What to tell the truth? Is that what that one?
I think so.
And this is the one that I've quoted my entire life.
Oh, really?
My name is Davy Jones. My name is Davy Jones. My name is Davy Jones. Will the real Davy Jones please stand up? I am standing up. It doesn't get better than that, ladies and gentlemen. No. It doesn't get better than that.
So many hype jokes in this episode.
But that
this is the
one.
Resistance. Yes.
That is the one I have quoted. Friends in college, we would say that.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. This is the joke. This is the best Monkees joke ever. I'm sorry, it's a short joke. Sorry. Sorry, Dan Kaufman, if you're out there listening, which you probably aren't, but sorry, short dudes, but this joke is the best. That is the one. And then we get to the Batman parody.
Oh, I love that.
Again, the what do they call that? What do they call it when they have the camera tilted?
I don't know, but it instantly conveyed to me, oh, they're going to do Batman. I just knew it had the
Is it Swede? I don't know. It's something weird, like it's like a country. And you're like, why would that be the word? Anyway, it's like all tilted, and Mickey and Mike are burglars, and it's all like weirdly colored.
Like a weird tint on the.
Yeah, and Mickey is speaking in like, some kind of weird, I don't know, villain speak or something, and then Mike uses his normal voice.
It's like Jimmy Cagney.
Yes, that's what it is. He's doing his Cagney voice. And then Mike starts to say something in his normal voice, and Mickey's like, and he's like, oh, yeah. And then Mike starts to using a villainy voice, and then who sweeps in but...
Dutch Angle.
Dutch, that's it, not Swede. What is it to Swede? That's means something else. Swede is something else. Is that when you put a spin on it? Is that Swede? No, that's English. Put some English on. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, that's English.
I am falling down.
There's something, we're going to find something that's Swede.
That's like, the black hole of, oh my gosh, this is an adventure.
Google, what is Swede?
I think there's isn't there like a root vegetable that's also called a Swede?
Oh my gosh, you're so much smarter than me. I don't know.
I don't know. Just know dumb things. Okay, so thank you. Dutch angles, that's what I'm trying to think of. Dutch angles.
Okay, it's the Batman angle.
The Batman angle. And then here comes Peter and Davy in wetsuits.
Yes,
seen before. But then like tabards. I don't know how to explain.
Yes. Like from a Ren fair, they have like
tabards over with a frog painted on them.
Frog and tadpole.
It's Frogman, and then Davy says totally like deadpan, and Reuben the tadpole.
Yes.
Kills me.
That was awesome.
And then they go into fighting, Batman fighting.
With all the bing and the bangs and the... Yes.
And like Peter is like swinging wildly nowhere near Mike, and Mike is throwing his head back.
Yes.
And then leaning over. Oof.
The table is flipped.
So like, should we break some furniture? Oh, okay. Oh, gosh.
They might need that in another episode. I don't know.
Just so good. And then furniture is broken over Davy's head. And he says, like, what? Holy frog's legs. That makes me really mad. And Mickey goes, uh-oh. And then he conks him on the head. It's just a beautiful distillation of, like, Batman. Just right there. And so Mickey falls down. Oh, I think I messed that up. I think that's out of order. Anyway, Mike gets knocked out first, I believe. Mike gets knocked out first. And the sign, instead of Biff Bang, it says Cretch. Peter is very disturbed by Cretch. It's like, Cretch?
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yes, Cretch is one of the things. And then Peter stops for a second and says, Cretch? And that is one that my sister and I never stopped saying.
Oh, God, that's Cretch. Too funny.
And then when Mickey finally falls down to join Mike on the floor, Mike kind of looks up at him, and then they kind of like get comfortable, kind of shuffle over and get comfortable, passed out on the floor. And then Frogman and Reuben the Tadpole are going to announce that crime never pays or whatever, and then they get into an argument.
Right.
Over who's going to say the line. And Reuben beats up Frogman.
Yes. That was a shocking twist.
And that's the end to the fantasy. Oh, boy. That's a good one, everybody.
That was a good episode within an episode.
Oh, boy. You get Reuben the Tadpole. You get I Am Standing Up. You get the brain surgeon. I mean,
yeah.
Come on.
Got everything.
Woo! I'm exhausted. Oh, I need a break.
Full.
Jeez Louise. Okay. So we go back. Oh, boy. Okay, my notes make no sense now. I have Crocodile and Howard booed by the laugh track. Oh, that's okay.
Yes.
They're booed by the laugh track. So Captain Crocodile is making, he's like, think evil thoughts, because he's trying to make more plans, because I guess it hasn't worked.
Nasty
the monkeys are still
evil
under
thoughts.
Thank you. Nasty evil.
Yes.
And the
I
laugh
wrote
track.
that down because that was ew.
The laugh track boos him.
So it's a boo track.
Yes.
I can't even.
I think it's done it. I think it does it on one of the last episodes. Has it done it before? One of the last episodes they do, the one where they're in England and they have to put on a fair to save Davy's grandfather's estate or something. I think the main character, the villain, gets booed by the laugh track there.
Huh.
And I'm trying to think, does anybody else get booed by the track? I don't. Anyway, it just stood out to me because it's very strange. So, okay, my notes. Okay, I think I fell asleep. I don't know what's happening here. Junior tells them they have hate mail. They're getting hate mail. The Monkees are getting hate mail. That's what Crocodile's plan was.
That's the evil, nasty thoughts or nasty, evil thoughts.
Is to write hate mail to the studio or the whatever.
Right.
And so then there's a board meeting. Oh, they read some of them, and then one of them is really nice because it's Peter's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Calls them like long-haired weirdos and just dumb stuff. And then there's having a board meeting to decide what to do about the Monkees.
Right.
So
very
of course,
stuffy, upper crusty.
Oh yes, very very wood paneled.
Yes.
Men in suits.
Mad Men looking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very Mad Men. That came up on my crossword puzzle. Mad Men era was one of the answers. But it took me so long to figure out because they said it was a very confusing hint. It was like 60s, 70s insult or something inspired by 21st century drama. I was like, what the?
Wow.
What? That just blew my mind. I was like, I don't know what you're saying. And I'm like, oh, I guess it is if you call something from the Mad Men era. I guess it's kind of an insult, but not really. It was.
Yeah. Huh. I would have never got that answer.
But boy, it took me a while. That was on the last. All right. Crossword talk. Okay. So, of course, the Monkees are going to crash this meeting.
Of course.
But how are they going to do it? How? Well, Mickey goes first. As the Nelson polling service. Get it? Like the Nielsen's? Does anybody, do the Nielsen still exist?
Barely. Yeah. I think it's hanging on by a thread.
Oh boy. So he's the Nelson polling service and he comes in with like a graph and he's just spouting all kinds of nonsense.
He's Bernie Sanders-ing it with the percentages and the charts and
Yes, he is totally Bernie Sanders-ing it. Oh boy, just so many numbers. And but it's all good news that the Monkees must stay on the show. And I guess this is senior Pinter, I guess, is there.
Oh yes.
And he asks him, "Oh, so how large was your sample study?" And he's like, 14 people. Good statistics joke, everybody. Come on. You want some stats humor.
Right. Well, you can't say 13.
Yeah, it's an unlucky number, Mickey tells us. Stats humor, everybody. Okay. And then here comes one of my favorite Mike characters, the kindly building janitor. All very brown. That's all I wrote down for this costume. It's just brown.
That bristle brush mustache on him.
And a little hat and a coat. Does he have a tie even? And he's just, I'm the kindly building janitor coming to tell you that my 12 grandkids all watch the show because they love the Monkees. Oh, boy.
Adorable.
And they're like, oh, well, is it just because of the Monkees? Like, did they watch the show? Oh, I watched the show before, but then I thought I could be cleaning garbage cans. That's big. And then Crocodile panics. Says, who cares what an old man thinks? Oh, no. He said that to the old man that runs the networks. That was a bad idea.
Yeah.
He's like, no, but I mean the kids. What about the kids? And then here comes Pete and Davy as little kids. Okay, this was kind of disturbing to me. I did not care for this part as a child. It's like, they look terrifying to me.
Did you recognize Davy's hat?
No.
How okay.
I wrote down, what did I write here? Hat?
I instantly recognized it. It's the 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T.
I've heard of that.
You ever see that movie?
No, I've heard of it though.
Disturbing movie. My sisters loved it. I need to watch it again. But it's about a piano school. Like he just churns out piano lessons to little kids at like, is it a boarding school? I barely remember it because I think it's probably been about 40 years since I've watched that movie. But that's the hat that all the kids that attend the school have to wear, and it's very disturbing.
Why?
I don't know how they had it. Maybe he was in the movie and he still had the hat. I don't know.
That's crazy. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Where have
check
I heard
it out.
of that movie? I've heard of it because it's a weird title, I guess. That's probably.
Yeah, it's a very psychedelic-y feeling.
Oh, so that's that. Kind of, Thank you for answering that. I've wondered for years what that creepy hat. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
And they come in. It has a lollipop, and they've got short pants on, and Pete has like.
That's how you know they're kids.
Yes, short pants, short for kids. He has a fireman's hat on, a toy fireman's hat, and they're like, "Oh, if you take the monkeys off, I'll hold my breath." And little Junior says, "Me too." Until I turn blue. Me too. Because he's a kid. He can't help it. Kidsecutive. He can't help it. He gets excited.
Yep.
Peer
pressure.
Yeah. But he knew those were the Monkees, right? He knew, those are, he wasn't fooled, was he?
I hope not.
I hope not.
I hope he went on to bigger and better things and yeah.
Peter says he's not going to eat vegetables ever again. And then they crawl on the table towards the executive. And it's just chaos now because now all the Monkees have converged on the executive, on the network executives. Captain Crocodile is panicking. And what's he got in his hand? What is he? He's rolling around.
Those little meditation like stones or something.
Oh.
I forget what they're called.
That's so weird because I feel like they showed up a lot in 80s movies.
Me too. I was surprised to see them in this.
And it's weird that he has them.
Yeah.
Although his look like marbles.
Yeah, maybe he's losing his marbles. I don't know.
Oh, it's deep this episode. I had no idea. Okay, so and then that scene just ends. I don't know why. What happens there? I don't remember how that scene ends.
I think that's when he starts talking about they need a plan, and that's when he calls in the kids with their little white T-shirts on.
Right, but I'm like, how do we get from the end of that scene? Does that scene just end with him? Does he?
His Howard has this little whistle and he blows, and then the kids just start marching in, and I think that's when they hatch their plan to
into the room, the executive boardroom. That's what I'm saying. Like, how do we get from the boardroom to
I think he just cuts away.
It just ends. Yeah. Okay.
After the chaos ensues of them climbing on the table and stuff.
Because I'm like, boy, that's a lot to. Like, how do you get rid of those monkeys? Yeah. Whew, coming at you with lollipops and stuff. So, all right. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you.
So then it goes back to the All right. He's like pondering his what his next steps are.
Right. And then so he calls the Crocodile Corps, which is really funny. It's the Crocodile Corps. That's really good. And he's like, "Oh, will you do anything for Captain Crocodile? Do you love him? Will you do anything, even if it's really nasty? Get the monkeys! Sick 'em! Sick 'em!"
A little Takura's like, "Yeah!
Get up!"
Chase them around.
They've got like you said, they had little shirts on that say Crocodile Corps. And here we get our romp, our first genuine romp of the episode.
Yeah.
With Auntie Griselda.
It's not my favorite song.
What?
Not my favorite song.
Took me a while to come around on this song.
Yeah.
I really loved it at first because it was the only Peter, well, not the only, but one of the few Peter songs. And then I was like, how humiliating that he has to sing this dumb song. And so I resented it for a few years. And then I've come around on Auntie Griselda. I'm like, it's still a fun song. It's okay.
Yeah.
He's a grown man. They didn't make him sing it. So the kids are like just chasing them through every set on the lot, every costume they have ever worn in any romp.
Yep.
They go through the tuxedos. They go through the Hawaiian
aloha shirts.
The aloha shirts. They go through like some Russian Cossack thing.
I love the little scene where they're just wearing suits, but they're going up those stairs. Those about 3 steps.
Yes,
that lead to nowhere.
And they jump down and just run around
The
in a
kids
circle.
are following. I'm like,
Yes.
I got you.
I like that. I like that. Those stairs. They've got like those stripy jackets with the boater hats. They've got the serapes.
Yep.
They've got the kids make faces into the camera. Oh, they're scary kids. Arr. They've got the Matador, or Toreador, I don't know. Something adore outfit.
Matador. Yep.
Matador, thank you. And they've got the kids are carrying a big scary bull's head.
Yes.
And approaching the Monkees as they wave a red cape. It's very strange.
You got Mickey in stocks. It's like locked in.
Right. In the old West town. They've tied up Peter's ankles at some point.
Were any of these like what they used later on for like their opening credits? Because a lot of this stuff is so familiar.
Right, yes. Yeah, like those steps. They've used those steps before. They use, I'm telling you, they just went through all the costumes that they've ever used or ever will use. Like all of those costumes make appearances in other episodes. All of them.
Okay.
All of them.
All of them. Big on recycling.
Yeah, it was, very good. What I was going to say, at the beginning of the episode, not beginning of the episode, the beginning of the song, when the kids are just running down the street and the song, the Monkees are running away, they've got like sticks and pitchforks and stuff. It's really scary. Like the kids are an angry mob.
They are. They'll do anything for Captain Crocodile.
It's terrifying. And then they're just chasing them and tying them up. But at the beginning, they're armed. Those children are armed. The Monkees were right to run. And then it goes back to the studio. They run back to the studio. And I guess Junior and Senior Pinter and Captain Crocodile and Howard. Why does it sound wrong? It is Howard, though, right?
It is Howard. Yeah.
It should be Harold, though. Anyway, they're up in what is that? Are they in a sound booth?
Sound booth, I think.
Okay, they're in the audio booth up there. And Captain Crocodile is loving it. He's clapping his hands. He's like, look at it.
They're chasing him up and down those bleachers.
Yeah, he's like, ha, my plan. He's just delighted. And then Mickey's like, wait. Do you want to hear a story? And the kids are like, yeah. Because kids will turn on a dime, I tell you. And he pulls out a dictionary and somebody's like, that's a dictionary. He's like, shut up. And they all go to sit down on the bleachers. And Mickey's going to sit
quietly down.
Yes.
So calm.
They immediately just like, ooh, story. Yeah. They're tired from running around all over the studios. True. That was a long run. They had to wait for so many costume changes for the Monkees to do. Woo! That was a long shoot. So Mickey starts just making a mishmash of fairy tales, the land of Kirshner. Get it? Because Don Kirshner is the music producer. And he like mixes up a bunch of things. And what I love about this bit is while he's telling the story, like a little version of London Bridge starts playing in the background. But then as Mickey runs out of steam and runs out of things to say for the story, the music also slows down. And then he passes the book on to Mike, and then the music picks up again. And then Mike picks up the story. It's so good.
It is a charming moment.
It is so good. And then Mike talks about the evil stepladder, and the kids just immediately start laughing. They think that's genius.
He's winning them over.
And then he runs out of steam, and then passes over to Davy. And then Davy, I can't remember what Davy says. Davy has some funny bits too. I don't remember what it is.
I don't.
He talks about like the toadstools started to look bad or something. And then he passes it over to Peter, and then Peter begins reading actual definitions,
which was so cute. It was adorable.
He's like commando. He's like stumbling over the words, just earnestly trying to read what's actually in the book. Again, just a beautiful just the setup. I mean, it was just so good. The setup, very good. Love that. And then Mr. Crocodile. Who's Mr. Crocodile? And then Captain Crocodile runs out. And he's like, you kids, I hate you. I hate you. I told you to sick them, not love them. And then the kids turn on him. Because they're feral, these children.
Feral and fickle.
Yes, feral, fickle Crocodile Corps. And they chase Captain Crocodile out of the studio. So, I don't know. Do we get like victorious music? I don't remember.
It kind of cuts away to then it looks like they're finally going to get their moment on the show.
Right. Yeah. It just cuts away. And then it's like the Monkees Menagerie is the sign. Right. They're finally going to get their show.
Right.
And then like the music, wait, what is it? They count down like 3, 2 or something. I can't remember. I don't remember how this starts, but they're like, all right, here comes the show. And then they cut over.
Bonus song. And
hey, it's the Monkees Menagerie starring Howie Needleman. And Howie Needleman steals the show. And they're like, what? No pies. And he's like, no, pies are out. Seltzer is in. And it's a big old-fashioned seltzer bottle, which I've never seen one of those in real life. And I've only seen that on TV and movies.
Yeah, me too.
Never seen one like that. So spraying him in the face while the kids chant, fun, fun, fun. And that's the end of our episode.
Yes.
Yay.
Yay. That literally was a fun episode.
So many jokes.
All the jokes.
So many jokes.
So many jokes, so many layers.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love it so much, Captain Crocodile. It was a long time before I put together the Captain Kangaroo and Captain Crocodile thing too. That was another thing that went over my head. I was just like, okay, sure, there's a dude called Captain Crocodile. Of course there is. That makes as much sense as anything else in the Monkees,
About anything from the 60s, yeah.
Right. And then I think it might have been my sister. I was like, no, you remember Captain Kangaroo? I was like, oh yeah. So what did you think?
I loved it. I'm so glad I got to watch this one. I really don't remember it at all. So
that's crazy.
It must have, because as much as I have watched Monkees episodes ad nauseum, this one got by me. I don't know how.
Huh.
But yet seems so familiar with the Jolly Green Giant caps and the hat with the little hand on top. And
oh boy, that's really disturbing.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
That really, really, I was like that.
Wait till you see that movie.
Cool in the 60s to have a hat like that. I was like, that's not. Yeah. It's weird. Like no love interest in this episode at all. Like
not even the secretary.
Yeah,
she was a respected woman.
Yeah, no sexy ladies.
Yeah.
There were 2 black kids. I remember that. 2 black kids in the Crocodile Corps. Excited to see them. That poor redheaded kid. Like they really focused on him.
They did.
Like, weird looking. I was like, he's just a redheaded kid with freckles.
Yeah. And holding a gun. Wasn't he holding a gun?
Yes, he was holding like a rifle or something at one point. But make faces, kid. Okay. Look, he's terrifying.
Be funny, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I really do love this episode. And one of the producers, I don't remember which one it is. Is it Robert Rafelson or is it Bert Schneider? Or was it anyway, one of them, their father actually did work for NBC.
Oh, wow.
So it was kind of like a dig at you get to run the Monkees. You got the show on the air because your dad
oh, that's funny.
Is an executive at NBC. I can't remember which one. I'm not an expert, folks. This is not an expert.
Well, yeah, it's something we could look up if we really want.
It's not an expert podcast, y'all. So did you have a favorite performance?
I want to say, yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Little Joey Baio.
Joey Baio.
Just for that endearing,
the panda bear.
Panda Bear.
Panda Bear.
Just, yeah, I like the way that character was written, like we were talking about before. He wasn't a brat. He wasn't he wasn't clueless.
Right.
He was just a kid put into that position. And, it was very sweet. And I thought, without him, I wouldn't have cared as much, but I was pulling for him. He wanted to make it happen.
Yes, he was. He was working very hard. I don't know who I would say. I do like that little kid too. Yeah, I think it does have to be him. I mean, like nobody else really stands out. I mean, Joey Forman, Captain Crocodile, is doing a great job, but he's just so. I don't like him.
No, well, it's a very unlikable character. I mean, every scene he's mugging, he's making his eyes really big, or he's wobbling his head, or he's doing something.
And he's in another episode. Have I done this episode yet? No, we haven't done this. Oh boy, he plays he does some yellow face in a later episode, so that'll be fun.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. But yeah, he was a Borscht Belt comic. Joey Forman was, so that kind of explains.
Yeah,
I think he worked with Andy Rooney. Yeah.
Andy
Rooney. I'm looking literally at the name Mickey Rooney.
I knew who you meant.
You know what it is? Because he played Andy Hardy. That's the thing. Andy Hardy is one of his characters. That's my excuse, everybody. I was thinking of Andy Hardy Comes Home. Anyway, Mickey Rooney. Andy Rooney. The thing about soup is, so I'm gonna have to go with Joey Baio. Is Joey Baio still with us? He's got to be. He's younger than Scott.
I think so. Yeah.
Do you think he's a conservative?
Oh gosh, I hope not.
Joey Baio. Yeah, he's 67 years old.
Get him on the line. Well, what are your politics?
What's going on? Oh wait, there's a Jimmy Baio.
Yeah, Jimmy Baio, I think, was on some TV shows as well.
Oh wow. Okay, wait. There's too many Baios. I had no idea.
I remember Jimmy Baio.
Joey Baio. Oh, he was on soaps. Joey Baio did Edge of Night and The Doctors. Okay. Oh, this is boring. This is just me looking at Google. That's not fun. All right. So Joey Baio wins our.
It was interesting. The director directed the Muppet movie.
The director,
James Frawley.
Oh, James Frawley. Oh, James Frawley is. Yes, James Frawley was a treasure. James Frawley.
So I get all the rompy stuff now.
Yeah. James Frawley was amazing. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's time to play the Mark Leonard game that we all know and love. Park, coffee, shins, bank. Out of the 4 Monkees.
Okay.
Which one would you go to the park with? Which one would you have a cup of coffee with? Which one would you kick in the shins? And which one would you rob a bank with?
You always have to go with Mike for robbing a bank.
Yes. That is the smart choice.
You just, not because, he's just the smart one. You can't take Peter.
No.
Peter would love to go to the park with.
All right.
Because he's a sweetheart. Kicking the shins. Jeez. Got to go with Davy.
Davy. Oh no. Okay, wait.
Davey.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Technical issues. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I went to click on okay, I don't think it's playing anything. I went to click on information about Joey Baio and like an ad started playing and I'm like, oh, I hope this isn't being picked up. But I don't hear anything. I would hear it if it was being picked up, right? If the sound was.
Yeah, I don't hear anything either.
Okay. All right. I think we're safe. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Davy's getting kicked in the shin. Sorry, everybody.
Davy's had it good. He's the darling. He's the favorite. And it's just, ground him a little bit.
Sorry, Davy.
And then last but not least, Mickey.
Mickey's going to coffee.
I love Mickey.
Aw, Mickey's your favorite?
Mickey's, he's been my favorite. He was my favorite early on when I was really, because he was the funniest.
Yes.
And then I kind of got crushy on the others. They all had their moment, but then as I got older, I always got to go with the funny. So I went back with Mickey.
Back to Mickey.
I love the comedy. I love the timing. But yeah.
So good. Yes. Consistent. It's consistently the funniest.
Yes.
I thought, it's funny. It's like, I really hated Davey. Like when I was a kid, I hated Davey. But now I'm like, dang, he was like really good. Like, I'm like, he's like the best actor out of all of them. Like, the way he deadpans Ruben the tadpole. Like,
it was great.
It was so good. Good job, Davey. All right.
But I was like, he was everybody's favorite. So,
yeah, exactly. Everybody loved, he's so cute. I'm like, ugh.
Exactly. I was exactly the same.
But yeah, I appreciate you, Davy Jones. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. How am I gonna wrap this up? I don't know. My brain just went blank. All right. Okay. It's clearly time to go. Because
this is why recording podcast midweek.
Oh no.
It's the worst.
Oh, my brain just went break. Although now I miss Blanca Patch. Oh, I should have Blanca Patch on. That'd be fun.
You should.
Oh, my sweet Blaney. Okay. Yeah. But I stopped listening to a certain podcast, so I feel guilty.
Oh. Oh, we need to talk.
Yeah. Well, there's not really much to talk about, which is why I stopped listening to them. Like, all right. So, Alisa Gonzalez, tell us about It's On My List.
Yes. I am a co-host of It's On My List pod. It's about all those movies that you never got around to seeing that you should have. So you're talking with your friends, and this is kind of how it came about. We were doing another podcast about movies. And after we wrapped, we started talking about, oh, you haven't seen this. Oh, you got to see it. Well, it's on my list. So that's how the idea of these 5 people, and it's myself, my boyfriend, Joe Myers, Cheryl Jones, Bethany Britton, and Andrew. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank on his last name.
Oh, she hates you, Andrew.
No, I'm just drawing a blank.
No, it means she hates you. Sorry, dude. This is how you find out.
Yeah, no. That's because he does our sound and our editing and everything.
Okay. I'm just teasing, Andrew. It happens to me all the time.
So we've been, and actually the one we just recorded was Citizen Kane, and that was my one movie that I was ashamed to tell anybody that I had never seen it.
Wow. I mean,
that's like the movie, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I had to go out of my way to watch that. I mean, if that's a movie, like you don't just like happen upon Citizen. You have to go, okay, I'm going to watch Citizen Kane. You have to
Andrew Lindy, that's his last name.
I think. All right. Yay.
So we just did that one, and I finally crossed it off my list. I can finally say that I watched the movie. So, and it's just all of us talking about why we hadn't seen it and why, for all the various reasons. And so
was there a specific reason you hadn't seen Citizen Kane?
Citizen Kane, because it is the big one, and I had known all the spoilers. I had known it. But it wasn't what I expected. You know the rosebud thing.
You thought that was like the big. That was real. I know it's the sled.
I know it's the sled. Okay,
movie's ruined.
I wrapped it up. I don't need to watch this movie. I knew it was more than that, but yeah, I just thought, well, I'll get around to it eventually.
Right. Well,
I never did until it was assigned.
I don't think I got to it until after. Oh, do you remember that movie? I think it was Australia, about those 2 girls who like end up murdering the one's mother, and they have this whole fantasy world.
No,
it was like based on a true story, and I want to say like Kate Winslet or somebody was one of them.
Oh, yes.
And they were like obsessed with Orson Welles. That was like part of their like
I have not seen that movie, but I kind of know what you're talking about.
That movie was so good. I think after seeing that, I saw Citizen Kane. I was like, it's like that's so weird that these girls are obsessed with Orson Welles. Wait,
let
me check out some Orson Welles. That was a good movie, but it was Yeah, I don't know. Well, okay, it was good when I saw it, which was 1,000 years ago. It could be trash now. I don't know. But I remember really enjoying that movie.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to check that one out.
That was a creepy one. All right, I'm gonna check out, what is it? How many fingers Dr. T has? What?
5,000. What is it? 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T.
Now, why does it sound like a Dr. Seuss book?
It kind of looks like a Dr. Seuss book, to be honest. It's just kind of weird. 60s.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Everything was kind of.
Yeah, and it's 5,000. The number.
Okay, 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T. All right. So now we're doing recommendations of movies at the end. And everybody. Well, I didn't even get the name of the scary murder girls. Oh, I gotta look that up.
Yeah, I want to see that one. Scary Murder Girls.
Because that was, I mean, and it was like kind of their fantasy life was kind of like claymation-y. It was so weird.
It's so familiar. I'm
okay.
like, I don't know if I've seen
Heavenly Creatures, Peter Jackson, Heavenly Creatures.
Yes.
So
Peter Jackson, of course.
Of course, yeah. Oh, that was her first.
I'm going to watch that again. Wow, really?
Oh, she beat 175 girls to get that role.
Wow.
That's amazing. Anyway. And it was Melanie Linsky.
No
wonder that movie was so good.
You know what? I'm going to put it on my list.
All right, watch it. Heavenly Creatures. Yeah, that was like 1994. Oh, that wasn't that long ago. 94. No. All right, that's not bad.
Okay, so you've fairly recently seen Citizen Kane.
Yeah. Like seriously.
I don't feel so bad now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I had to like say, I will now watch Citizen Kane, you know? So yeah, it's not that bad. All right. Okay. So, and we can reach you at
I'm on Twitter at this Alisa, and our podcast on all the social medias it's on my list pod.
Fantastic.
You can find us everywhere. Yeah, check us out. Recommend a movie.
Yay.
Heavenly Creatures.
All right. And this has been Monkees Podcast. Hey, subscribe, leave a rating and review, because I just checked the reviews and I ain't seen one for 2021. That's sad.
Get on it, people. We need our reviews.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's get some reviews. Just type
I'm
some
gonna
nonsense.
write you a review.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
No, don't type nonsense. That's bad.
No. Like Mike.
Yeah, just type a weather report in. Type in a weather report and then give me 5 stars. That's all I need. Find us on all social media at Monkees Podcast. Support the show by getting official podcast merch at dragonwagonshop.com.
Yay, Dragon
Wagon. All right. So I think that's it. I don't remember how to end my own show anymore. I say this every episode and people are like, God damn it, lady, get it together. But that's it. Thank you so much.
That's how you end it. I don't know how to end it.
I don't know how to end this. Thank you so much, Alisa. This was super fun.
Welcome. This was so fun. I loved it.
Join the Crocodile Corps.
Yep.
Sick 'em. Yes, and Kretsch. Bye, everybody.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Hey everybody, Jake here from Dragon Wagon Radio, and I'm here with Mark E Extreme and Skeeter Skyflyer.
Did you just have to read that? Okay, I mean,
yeah.
how could you possibly not know who I am? Because my name is Mark Extreme, 15 plus years undefeated backyard wrestling entertainment champion and owner and the host of On Your Mark. So I'm offended that you don't know who I am, and I'm here with the shit on my shoulder.
That's Skeeter Skyflyer. I mean, a lot of people don't know me, but it makes sense that people don't know you too.
Look, everybody, I'm a pretty big deal, okay?
Well, I mean no disrespect, Mr. Extreme, I assure you, but you mentioned you have a podcast on the network called On Your Mark. What exactly is On Your Mark?
On Your Mark is the best wrestling podcast on the airwaves. Every Wednesday, we are deep diving into wrestling topics, like giving you a perspective like you've never heard before, because there's nobody that can give you a perspective like I can.
Well, a lot of people could give the perspective that you give on wrestling, but they're busy being wrestlers and being really successful in the ring and working and being in front of millions of people every week on television and in a crowd.
There's nothing different.
All right, I think I get what's happening. It's comedy. You guys are just doing a bit. Mark, you're like every 90s wrestling kid stuck in the past, and Skeeter, You're like the idiot little brother type who just loves everything, no matter how cheesy it is. I get it. You're playing characters. You guys are like a pro wrestling version of Jiminy Glick or Tony Clifton.
Well, I don't know who the hell those guys are. And, frankly, I'm kind of offended because I take this business very seriously, and there's nothing funny about what we do, right, Skeeter?
That's right. So tune in every Wednesday. A new episode drops weekly, covering new topics on OnYourMarkShow.com. Also, wherever you're listening to your podcast right now.
It's Dragon Wagon.